right, welcome back. we we were off for a little while. Um, Back with me as always. Welcome everyone back to the 415. It's been a little bit. We've had some shit go down. Welcome back to the 415 once again. With me as always is the amazing Star Bustamante. Say hello, Star.
Star.
Say hello, Star.
Hello, Star.
All right. So we were gone for a little while. Things went a little off the wall, as they do in this administration's time. Um, we are very happy to be back. Thank you for everybody who sent messages inquiring about our whereabouts. Um, I am much more healed. Star is healed much more as well, and things are moving along. Okay, so first, let us thank our sponsors. We would like to thank everybody at wildhunt.org. Please give it all your support. It is a pagan paper of record. We would also like to thank House of Black Hat Magic for all of their support. We would like to also thank Desperate House Witches, and we would also, of course, like to thank Dorothy Morrison at dorothymorrison.com for all of your Dorothy Morrison needs. All right. It's been interesting, but last night was extremely interesting. Some of you did not watch the great orange turd speak, but I did. And I have some questions and some demands. I have a printout right here of the speech in and of itself. It is probably one of his less lucid moments. But that being said, I have a few points I would like to make. I have not received my personal trans person, which is promised to me in this document. Uh, where is my personal trans person? Um, I also would like to know where my 600% rebate is for all of the medications I've taken. I will be looking forward to those payments in the future. But we will get into that a little bit more in depth as we discuss last night's happenings. Start. What do you want to start with? Where would you like to go? Are we going to read any of this to the audience for those who
Uh, I,
could not bear it, or
I
what?
mean, you can quote from it if you want, but
Mm-hmm.
I,
Mm-hmm.
I, I want to say, first of all, that when you sent me the transcript, because I did not watch, my cats get really annoyed anytime they hear, hear his voice.
Mm.
Um, so we did not participate. uh, when my husband got home, he was like, he went. By the time he got home, the speech, if you can even call it that, was already over. But
Mm-hmm.
he looked it up so that he could go and listen to it. Why? I don't have an answer for that. So don't ask me why he did that.
Okay.
Um,
Self-flagellation. We know it
well,
can be refreshing for some. We
well,
understand.
but so what I did do, um, back in the good old days when Twitter was still functional and not too terrible of a place to be. Like, one of the things I loved best about it was that you could go on Twitter anytime there was any kind of, well, really anything going on, but especially like presidential addresses. If you didn't want to watch it, you could just go on Twitter and get a rundown of what was happening, right? And so what I did was I went to Blue Sky, which has kind of filled that gap for me,
Uh-huh.
and was reading the comments. And holy moly, I mean, like, this has to have been one of the most unhinged speeches that he has ever done. If you can even call it, I don't know that you can even call it a speech. Uh, like the first thing that I saw was that there were people were like, "Why is he screaming?" Um,
Hmm. As though screaming was going to make it more believable. I have to tell you that I was fact checking this in real time. We were actually dozing peacefully just before he came on the air, and the idea that I was going to miss it was actually going to disturb me. For some reason, I felt like I had to wake up out of my comfortable dozing phase because I was quite interested in what he was going to say. What I did not expect was what I got. What I expected was a rant about the Epstein files and how it was just a hoax. But no, he avoided speaking of the Epstein files. But in real time, and my intrepid copy editor, Mark McCall, assisted me by getting me the full transcript of last night's speech. And I must say, it is a marvel of mess that he spoke last night. And I would like to go over some of the finer points, if you can call them fine. Um, and I'll start at the top, if you will indulge me, my wonderful co-host. Um,
I can
so
barely wait. I've been waiting for this all day.
okay, so I will start at the top and I will read verbatim as it was written, as it was spoken. Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess and I'm fixing it. Well, I'm going to stop right there and say, sir, if you inherited a mess and you're fixing it, your definition of fixing it is to make it messier. Back to the speech. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. Now, what he fails to consider is the fact that when he took office, inflation was at 3%, and with his mental genius at work, he fails to figure that it is exactly at 3% right now. So he has done absolutely zero in the world of inflation. Okay, back to the speech. This happened during a Democrat administration. The word is democratic, sir. And it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Star, but my understanding of the word affordability is the root word is afford. Um, Other words coming from that word, affordable. Um, I understand from my old school dictionary from elementary school that the word afford, affordable, and affordability are quite old, um, and go back many decades. Is that or is that not true? Am I dreaming this up, can you fact check me on that? Is that in fact a reality that word affordability has been around a while?
Well, it's all yes, you are correct. You're not losing your mind, although I know some days you have to question whether it's just us or it's the rest of the world. But no, that is factual, and affordability um, is a word that has been used uh, within and outside of government for I mean as I can remember. So
Mm-hmm.
um,
As long
see,
as long as cars and houses were purchased, products to be purchased, I can remember people questioning the affordability of certain high ticket
mhm,
items.
mhm.
That's how far back my memory goes of it. So I just
Well,
wanted to make sure it wasn't just me having those
no,
thoughts.
no, no,
Okay.
it's
Okay.
it's not you.
Okay.
And so I would like to give you the technical term
Ah.
for what he has put forth in that section, and that's we like to call that a lie.
Okay, a lie. Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you for clarifying. A lie. Very
that's
good.
a
Very good.
lie.
Okay, very good. All right,
One of many.
one of
Continue.
many. Okay, back to the speech, our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylum. There were they were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Nazi alert.
Okay, I'm feeling the bullshit meter has gone off somewhere. I would like to know how the precise number of 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. How have we narrowed this figure down? Why have we not identified how many people each of these people have killed, if that is in fact an actual number? I want to know where these statistics have come from, and who has identified these people. And please explain to me, if those people are in our country and they're supposed to be rounding them up, why have ICE only been arresting, for the most part, I would say 98% of which are actual citizens and people who have no criminal record as long as they have been in our country? I would say that ICE has a major problem. I have seen no warrants. I have seen no correctly identified illegals. I have seen, not that I believe anybody's illegal, I have seen no actual arrests of people with suspicion of any kind of wrongdoing. And that has been, in the past month, that was very prevalent in Charlotte, where they were doing roundups, where we had Border Patrol, where we had bounty hunters, and people just basically doing sweeps of the streets, as it were, rounding up folks who spoke Spanish and had certain shades of skin, in my estimation. That's a personal assessment on my part. So where are these people? If ICE is so talented and he has sunk so much money into ICE, why have they failed so miserably at collecting these 11,888 murderers, half of which whom have killed more than one person? Can you give me some details on that, Star?
Well, first of all, I found that number to be really interesting because isn't 1188 a Nazi number?
Oh, interesting. And it's been 11 months, over the last 11 months since Trump's been in office. Also an interesting coincidence. Very interesting. But
Yeah.
let me continue.
There, to just clarify, as far as I know, there is no basis in fact for those numbers, and as usual, he is very likely just pulled them out of his ass.
Yes.
So yeah. So do continue.
I will continue. Okay. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country. It can never be allowed to happen again. All right, next paragraph. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody. Again, I am waiting for my transgender to be assigned to me. Crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. What the hell does any of that mean? I'm at a complete fucking loss. It is a mystery. It's a mystery. Words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made in our country, was laughed at from all over the world, but they're not laughing anymore. You're fucking wrong there, my friend. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. Wow. Frightening. There's never been anything like it. Well, I think I agree with that. And I think most would agree. Yes, sir, I would agree with that. There's never been anything like this. I was elected in a landslide. Again, lie. Complete and utter fabrication. Winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else with a mandate, another lie, to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. Well, he's the one that has crushed the dreams of the American people. He has crushed the wealth. He has taken what people have had. I will tell you that before he got reelected, I know several people who had jobs that lost their jobs as soon as he got elected because he got elected, because they saw the writing on the walls for their businesses and they knew what kind of crazy shit he was going to pull. But I continue now with the speech. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hard-working people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work, and after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Well, facts on that one. Whew, scary. Starting on day 1, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. Well, okay, I got to stop right there for a minute because the fantasy land is just too much to continue. First of all, you do need Congress, and the fact that Congress has been neutered by this president is so frightening. And the fact that we have a neutered puppy named Mike Johnson leading Congress, he is nothing more than Trump's puppet. As
Hey,
I
hey,
think,
hey. I think that's an insult to neutered puppies everywhere.
I
Okay.
agree. Okay, I agree. Um, he's a cuck, a cuck. That is all he is. He is a cuck. And not cook, cuck. Look it up. Anyway, um, they asked Mike Johnson yesterday, "Have you lost control of the House?" Yes, he has. He has lost control. I don't know that he ever really had it. I guess he did in Trump's name, but it looks like everyone is starting to run all over the situation. There were actually Fox viewers that called in and said that Trump needs to step aside. Um, and I have to say, when I talked to Republicans today, their response to me was, "But Biden." That was the only response I got, "But Biden." And if that is all you have, is to go back a year to someone else's administration, then you don't have shit. And you know you don't have shit. If that is your fallback position, you have fallen. End of story. But again, let me go back to this. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. Really? We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. Really? And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and sea are now down 94%. Where is he coming up with these numbers?
They're
Drugs
all
brought
made up. They're all made up. Okay, like none of what he has said. So I read through the transcript that you so kindly sent me, which for our listeners is not how I would recommend starting your day, ever.
Sorry.
Um, no, don't apologize. You're fine. But I mean, this is like all of this is just kind of is like one of his stump speeches. Um, and I mean, it has no basis in reality or fact whatsoever. So if you're trying to make it make sense, I mean,
It's
you
not
can't.
going to. It's
No,
not going to make sense.
no.
Oh, let me continue, please. We're still on the first page. Now, let me remind folks, he did not recite this. He screamed it at the screen as though he were berating a 5-year-old child for peeing on the carpet. It was absurdly loud. It was as though he were a guilty man trying to convince a jury that he was innocent. And that is how the speech came across, not just to me, but to thousands of other listeners, including some listeners on Fox. And people were not buying this because of the delivery itself seems so desperate. But let me continue. Um, Drugs brought in by ocean and sea are now down 94%. We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states, where education belongs. That's interesting. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, also lies, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, also a lie, ended the war in Gaza, also a lie, bringing for the first time in 3,000 years peace to the Middle East. That is a complete and utter fabrication. And secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead, not all of them. Here at home, we are bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. Does he know that he's the one ruining the economy? The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those prices down and bringing them down very fast. No, sir. You've been in office for 11 months. Things have skyrocketed under your administration. I hate to tell you, everything in that last paragraph is a complete fabrication. Let's look at the facts. Really, shall we? Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22%, and in many states 30% or more. Gas rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians, the word is democratic, sir, also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March. Complete lie. And everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress? Nobody can believe what's going on.
Well,
It's
that's true because nobody can believe what any of that.
it's unbelievable. I mean, the things he's saying are so antithetical to the truth. It's frightening. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. I'm reading it verbatim. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that rate, the wages, just look at it. Just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history. That's a complete lie.
Mm-hmm.
And 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. Just think of it. 100% of all jobs. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Just think of it. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs, my favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades has been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen. AI, automobiles, we're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally fail. Now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. And that's said by every single leader I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Yes, sir, but there's a difference between hot as in sexy and hot as in radioactive. Just saying. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cut in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill. Perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year. Really? And next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military, and I'm reading this verbatim, mind you.
I know.
1,450,000 military service members will receive a special we call Warrior Dividend before Christmas. A Warrior Dividend in honor of our nation's founding in 1776. We are sending every soldier $1,776. Think of that. And the checks are already on the way. Nobody understood that one until about 30 minutes ago. We made a lot more money than anybody thought because of tariffs, and the bill helped us along. Nobody deserves it more than our military. And I say congratulations to everybody. And by the way, we now have record enlistment in our military. And last year we had among the worst recruitment numbers in our military's history. What a difference a year makes. Probably because nobody can get a job anywhere else, but that's just my thought. In addition, I'm doing what no politician of either party has ever done, standing up to the special interests to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. This is my favorite part of the fucking speech, I gotta tell you. Here's where I get off. I love this part. Standing up to the special interest to dramatically reduce the price of prescription drugs. I did it, goddammit. I negotiated directly with the drug companies and foreign nations which were taken advantage of our country for many decades to slash prices on drugs and pharmaceuticals by as much as 400, 500, and 600%. In other words, your drug costs will be plummeting downward. And I use the threat of tariffs to get foreign countries who would never have done it to pay the cost of this giant dollar reduction. They stopped ripping us off, and it began as of 4 days ago. There has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down. Down by numbers never conceived possible. Yes, because when drug prices go down 4, 5, and 600%, that means they're paying you to be on drugs. That's what it's supposed to mean. Because obviously, our brilliant leader, amazing leader, knows, because he's so smart and so mathematically gifted, he knows that he will be paying us money back to be taking these pharmaceuticals, and the pharmaceutical companies will be so honored by our continuing participation in drug company use that they will be paying us to take our meds. God damn it. How fabulous. How fabulous.
I'd like to interject here that
please.
First of all, it's mathematically impossible to reduce prices by 400 or 500 or 600%. I just imagine mathematicians everywhere cringing, like when they saw or heard that. I mean, if they were smart, they just didn't listen to it at all. But yeah,
I love it.
Keep in mind, like while he was, I want to point out something else here too.
Oh, please do, because I'm dying.
So the thing that I kept seeing over and over again on the socials was that, I mean, unilaterally, like even when pundits agree, they don't agree, right? I mean, they always have things that they disagree about, but like they unilaterally agreed that he sounded like he was on coke, and that they had and the whole yelling thing, but also that he was talking so fast that like one person said that he sounded like the coked up dude at a party who really needs to pee and is trying to, like get past all the people that want to talk to him. And I thought that was like really, like, I'm like, okay, so I mean, what it sounds like to me is they just jacked him up on probably like Adderall and God knows what, so that he would be functional at that late of a time in the evening. But Yeah, I mean, seriously, like the number of people that I saw saying this, and I mean, and I'm talking reputable people who are, you know, like reliable and verifiable. Um, I mean, it was like astounding. I mean, Heather Cox Richardson, like one of her posts after the speech was, what the fuck was that? What, I mean, like she almost never cusses, but
Uh-huh.
she was cussing. She was like, what the fuck was that?
Uh-huh.
Um, so I think that because I was kind of surprised when I read through everything,
Uh-huh.
um,
It
how
was
coherent it was
it
compared to many of
of his previous speeches.
yeah. I mean, usually
Well,
it looks like word salad. So, I mean, obviously, like he ad libbed some of this, but I mean, he did kind of stick to the script, which I thought was kind of surprising and interesting, but also, in my opinion, means that he is even more um, like his faculties are that much more diminished that he had to stick to the script. So anyway,
well, here's the thing. I've listened to Republicans slam him since last night, which makes me think when you have Republicans slamming him and making him sound insane, um,
well, they don't
that
need to make him sound insane, girly pop. He's
it's
he's
true.
he's he sounds insane, like more so by the day.
Yes, he does. He does. And but I have to admit, that's what gives me the biggest giggle when I'm listening to pundits. When people are like, yeah, something's wrong. That's when I laugh my ass off because our side already knows he's fucking nut. Now he's going so far off the rails that his own team has to admit it, which is not everybody, but only the sane Republicans are starting to say, oh shit, we're fucked. We are genuinely hardcore fucked with this. But it's nice to hear some sanity come from the other side. Please allow me to continue. Um, I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies. Oh, wait, no. Oh, I skipped something so important. I'm sorry. Let me go back to the previous. And I'm not going to read the whole thing because we're down to like 10 minutes.
Well, we
uh,
can we can go a little long
do you
today. I'm
mind? Do you
okay with
mind if we
that.
go long? Is that all right? Is that all
No,
right with
let's
everybody?
do. We missed
Everybody's
like a month, so we can go
okay.
long.
All right, let me continue because this is so much fucking fun. I'm enjoying the shit out of this. Okay, there has never been anything like this in the history of our country. Drugs have only gone up, but now they'll be going down by numbers never conceived possible. That's for sure. It's called Most Favored Nation, and no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. Now, my Star, I got to stop again. Favored nation status has nothing to do with this, as far as I know. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Favored nation status has nothing to do with drugs or drug companies. I think that's a totally different arena. Folks, you can fact check me on that. But in my understanding, favored nation has nothing to do with the drug prices that a country pays at all. And no president has ever had the courage or ability to get this done until now. The first of these unprecedented price reductions will be available starting in January through a new website. Oh, don't you love this? TrumpRx.gov. And these big price cuts will greatly reduce the cost of health care. Oh, I wonder if this is supposed to replace Obamacare, y'all. Listen to that shit. To continue, I'm also taking on the gigantic health insurance companies that have gotten rich on billions of dollars of money that should go directly to the people. The money should go to the people. That's you. so they can buy their own health insurance, which will give far better benefits at much lower costs. It will be far better health insurance. The current Unaffordable Care Act was created to make insurance companies rich. It was bad health care at much too high a cost, and you see that now in the steep increase in premiums being demanded by the Democrats. Folks, Democrats have nothing to do with the steepening payments being required by insurance companies. This is a ruse. This is a lie. Again, straight up lie. This is not the Democrats' fault. And they are demanding those increases, and it's their fault. It's not the Republicans' fault. It's the Democrats' fault. It's the Unaffordable Care Act, and everybody knew it. Again, folks, big lie. Huge lie. Again, I want the money to go directly to the people so you can buy your own health care. You'll get much better health care at a much lower price. The only losers will be insurance companies that have gotten rich and the Democrat Party, which is totally controlled by those same insurance companies. They will not be happy, but that's okay with me because you, the people, are finally going to be getting great health care at a lower cost. Another major focus is the cost of energy. For years, the radical left Democrats exploited the green energy scam as an excuse to funnel many billions of dollars into their own massive slush funds as their energy restrictions drastically drove up prices, and they drove them up at record levels. Electricity costs surged 30 to 100% under Biden, and the typical family lost $5,000 to $10,000 in higher energy costs. Think of that, $5,000 to $10,000 you lost. On day one, I declared a national energy emergency. Gasoline is now under $2.50 a gallon. And in much of the country, in some states, it, by the way, just hit $1.99 a gallon. Actually, the average gallon of gas is $2.99 a gallon. Fact check again, he is lying. And within the next 12 months, we will have opened 1,600 new electrical generating plants. A record. And it's a record that won't be beaten by practically, I would say, by anybody, or certainly not very soon. Prices on electricity and everything else will fall dramatically. The Democrat inflation disaster, again, the worst in the history of our country, also robbed millions of Americans of home ownership and indeed the American dream. The yearly cost of a typical new mortgage increased by $15,000 under Democrat rule. In 11 months, we've already gotten that annual cost down by $3,000, and it's coming down a lot lower. Wait till you see, the numbers are going to be shocking. And I'll soon announce our next chairman of the Federal Reserve, someone who believes in lower interest rates by a lot. And mortgage payments will be coming down even further. Early the new year, and you will see this in the new year, I will announce some of the most aggressive housing reform plans in American history. Is this man talking about ghettos? Star. Why do I feel like he's talking about ghettos? A major factor in driving up housing costs was the colossal border invasion. We have never been invaded. This is the worst thing that, frankly, in my opinion, the worst thing that the Biden administration did to our country is the invasion at the border. The last administration and their allies in Congress brought in millions and millions of migrants and gave them taxpayer-funded housing. Wow. While your rent and housing costs skyrocketed, over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. Really? Those tents are that expensive? Holy shit. I did not know that alligator Alcatraz was that fucking wow, the cost of plastic. Unbelievable. Holy shit. Wow. Over 60% of growth in the rental market came from foreign migrants. At the same time, illegal aliens stole American jobs and flooded emergency rooms, getting free health care and education paid for by you, the American taxpayer. Really? All that fruit that I didn't get that some American was never going to fucking pick for me? Really? Wow. Amazing. That room that didn't get painted? Wow. Unbelievable. They also increased the cost of law enforcement by numbers so high that they are not even to be mentioned. Let me tell you something about the increase in law enforcement numbers. You know, ICE is so heavily funded. It is the most heavily funded agency in the United States government right now, because Trump wanted it that way, not because anyone did anything. It's because Trump wants to be the head of his own army. That is the only reason. It has nothing to do with anyone or any skin color or any illegal immigration. It is a bogus, bogus lie. It is all bullshit. Oh, unbelievable. For the first, I can't even. For the first,
I know.
I can't even. For the first time in 50 years, we are now seeing reverse migration as migrants go back home, leaving
Whoop, whoop, whoop,
leaving
whoop.
more housing and more jobs for Americans.
Okay, so
Whoa.
that was a white supremacist Nazi alarm that just went off.
Thank you. Wow. Because we need more tarps, apparently. In the year before my election, all net creation of jobs was going to foreign migrants. What? He's smoking his socks. Since I took office, 100% of all net job creation has gone to American-born citizens. 100%. Can you explain to me how he proves that? How does he even know that? How is that even possible? There's no way that that's even true. Okay, I'll continue. I mean, no, let me continue because it gets even fucking better. In the end, government either serves the productive, patriotic, hardworking American citizen, or it serves those who break the laws, cheat the system, and seek power and profit at the expense of our nation. Wow, that's a stretch. Look at Minnesota, where here we fucking go. Look at Minnesota, where Somalians have taken over the economics of the state and have stolen billions and billions of dollars from Minnesota, and indeed from the United States of America. We're going to put an end to it. Somalian brothers and sisters, why would you go to Minnesota to steal anything? Not that you would. What a ridiculous fucking statement. What is wrong with this man? Can someone check him? Did JFK's Jr.'s worm crawl into his fucking head? Oh my gosh. All right. For so long as before my election, the vast majority of good and decent Americans were forced to watch as corrupt politicians plundered the halls of power, exploited our taxpayers, and pillaged every system that makes civilized society function. But not anymore. And you see that every day. Not anymore. I guess it was getting towards the end of the speech because he's not even coherent anymore.
Nope.
Wow. We're putting America first, and we're making America great again. Very simple. We are making America great again. Oh, God. Tonight, after 11 months, our border is secure. Inflation has stopped. Wages are up. Prices are down. Our nation is strong. America is respected, and our country is back stronger than ever before. We're poised for an economic boom, the likes of which the world has never seen. Yeah, boom, all right. Soon we will host the World Cup and the Olympics. Both of which I got. But most importantly, we will celebrate the 250th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. There could be no more fitting tribute to this epic milestone than to complete the comeback of America that began just 1 year ago. When the world looks at us next year, let them see a nation that is loyal to its citizens, faithful to its workers, confident to its identity, certain to its destiny, and the envy of the entire globe. We are respected again, like we have never been respected before. No shit. To each and every one of you, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. God bless you all, except you non-Christians. No, I'm kidding, folks. I just added that. He didn't say that part. And that was 15 minutes of the longest string of lying bullshit ever delivered all at once in a concise, short speech that had to be the most whack shit
Well,
ever.
it was the fastest speech I think I've ever seen him give.
Yes, indeed.
Um,
And he gave it at record speeds. I mean, I slowed down to read it to you because I could not deliver it the way I mean, if I were angry
it was
enough.
20 minutes. It was 20 minutes. Like the whole thing, like was like 20 minutes long.
It was insanity.
And he was screaming the entire time.
He was. He was like a freight train off the rails. It was insanity. I've never seen anything like I've seen him give hateful speeches on plenty of occasions. Even his inauguration speech was a hate-filled diatribe. But I got to tell you, yesterday he was like a guilty, belligerent child trying to explain why he shouldn't be punished. It was unbelievable to listen to the tonality, the inflections. It was like a coked up teenager. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't see how he makes it through another year, much less a full term. I don't see it. I don't see it. It's not even possible. It's not plausible. He's not well enough. And I don't say that out of a wish or a hope or in anything. I say it out of watching him and the reality of how he appears. That's it. It's,
well, I mean, plenty of people have weighed in and said that he has temporal dementia or whatever you call it.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but he's diminished.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think that that's anything new. We've known that for quite a while, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, but it's becoming more apparent, Star. It's just
yeah.
As each week passes,
frontal temporal dementia is what it is, and they're like angry and combative and completely detached from reality. And I would say that is absolutely where he is. You know, I mean, there was nothing that he said in that address last night that was fact based.
mm-hmm.
There are some things. There are a couple of things I would like to point out that are like he mentioned how they were you know, rebuilding the military or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you saw it yesterday, but the Wild Hunt covered like one of the things that that they've done just in the last few days is they've announced they scrapped the spiritual fitness guide for the Department of Defense, and Hegseth has made it pretty clear that you know, they're getting rid of anything that might be considered new age or self-help, self-care.
Yes.
You know, I mean, this was something that took decades to create and is as inclusive as possible. and
Mhm.
that is really really concerning. Um, Manny did a great job of uh, covering this yesterday. I would strongly urge people to go to the Wild Hunt, wildhunt.org.
Give it
And
all your support. Oh, let me do my commercial. Wildhunt.org. I've been rambling for over an hour. Wildhunt.org. Please give it all your support. It is the pagan paper of record. Uh, News these days is questionable as it is. We need fact-based journalism. We are desperate for it. We are crying for it. Wild Hunt delivers it. It is pagan based. It is fact based. It is real boots on the ground. It is actual journalists who get paid to be journalists and not talking heads. Please support wildhunt.org. Give it all your love. Thank you so much. You can get it delivered into your mailbox daily. Please, please, please subscribe. Thank you so much.
yeah, so for sure, I would recommend. So the one thing that he said that might actually be true
Mm.
um, is that they're the changes that they're making to the military, all of which are concerning
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion. Um, the other thing that I think really bears like all of this is starting to come apart at the seams, all of it. Tomorrow, do you know what tomorrow is? Do you know what tomorrow is? It's a big day.
Your birthday? No, your birthday's next month.
No, the Epstein files
Oh
are
yeah, that's right. Tomorrow's Epstein Day.
yeah. So
Yay!
do we think um that they will be released? Who knows?
All of
But
it? No.
I want to point out a couple other things with the speech, and that was the many dog whistles and
Yes.
flat up like white supremacist Nazi talking points and things that I mean he's straight up, calling immigrants vermin and
Vermin. Oh my God. Yes.
all of
Insanity.
that, I mean, is like, I mean, it's bad. And like, I don't think that, I haven't had a chance to really look at any mainstream news today. But
Oh, I love the bullshit he pulled today. You know what they did today, right?
no, I don't. I haven't. I flew in and jumped on the air, so
They're
I have no idea.
renaming they're renaming the Kennedy Center the Trump Kennedy Center.
What?
Oh yeah. That came over today. Yeah. They're
Sure,
renaming. Yeah, I
sure.
know.
Why not?
Why
I,
not?
I mean,
I'm so disgusted. It's not even funny how disgusted I am by these people.
I, I mean, nothing surprises me anymore.
At least it shouldn't. It's so
Well, no, I was
insane.
pretty shocked when they tore down the fucking
The East Wing.
yeah.
Yeah, I know. The
Um,
ballroom. Ugh,
but I'll be
I know.
interested to see if any of the mainstream outlets have anything to say and call out, like, basically all the racist shit that he said.
Hmm.
Um,
They
and
better.
also something else I think is important to point out is that the networks refused to air a speech that Biden gave in 2022 because they said it was too partisan and not newsworthy. And
Hmm.
yet they aired this shit last night. Um, so
People are still afraid of this asshole. He's getting his little fingers into everything. His fingers are all over the media. His fingers are all over everything. he wants to rule everything we do, and it's not just ruling over the country, it's every aspect. He wants Trump RX. Do you understand Trump RX, what that means?
Yeah.
No, he is not happy to just be the president. He wants to own
Well,
everything that
he thinks he's
touches a
a
human
king.
being. Yeah.
He thinks he's a king.
Yes, he does.
I mean, come on, he never got over the like he was in France for Bastille Day, and he never got over that. He never got over the fact that um, you know, the level of pride and um, you know, the French people may, not be as they're not as belligerent as Americans, but they're fiercely, uh, you know, patriotic for their country in their own kind of way.
Absolutely.
Different different from how Americans behave or act,
Yeah.
but um, they're fiercely proud of their country and the part that they played in World War II, and and the history of their country, and he simply cannot get over it. Um, and he wanted that, and he can't have it because that's not how this country works. And I think, I mean, he's he's mentally unwell to begin with, but he'll use any excuse he can to harm, uh, to get what he wants, no matter the harm it does.
Well, I think he decided in the question of whether it's better to be loved or to be feared, he decided that if he couldn't be loved, he would be feared. The problem with fear is it turns to hate, and that's what bothers him. We will never love him the way we loved Barack Obama, and he will never get over that.
Well, I mean, I can't imagine that anybody has ever loved him, considering how awful he is, and he's a fucking sexual predator,
Mm-hmm.
and and we know all of this,
Mm-hmm.
and there's no.
But he's broken. There's something mentally broken in there, and I'm not saying that to give him sympathy. I'm saying that because he's broken.
Oh, absolutely, he's broken.
Yeah.
There's no question about that. I mean, the things that he has done just this term
Mm-hmm.
are not the things that somebody who is uh, of sound mind would ever do or even consider. I
Correct.
mean,
I
let's be
totally agree.
clear.
Yeah.
Let's be clear that I mean, I thought that it was really interesting that all of the things that he said last night, they perfectly describe his administration,
Mm-hmm.
like perfectly. Like everything that he accuses the Democrats of doing are things that his administration is doing, quite unapologetically, I might add.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, they're fucking Nazis. That's all you can say about it, is that they are white supremacists, and they are only interested in furthering their agenda, and they don't care what the cost is, because there's really no other explanation for raising. I mean, like the things that he said about healthcare, like none of that makes any sense at all.
I
None
know.
of it. None of it. I mean, and it's all, you can't you can't do any of the things that the whole I saw where uh Kai Risdall said, when he made a statement about how every service member was going to get 1776 Kairos. The only thing he said was uh, Article 1, Section 9 would like to have a word.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so like he can't legally do any of those things. Not that that has stopped him from doing many of the things that he's done,
Mm-hmm.
that this administration has done,
Yeah.
but like none of it is. It's not legal. It's just simply not legal. But not that that has stopped them. Um, I mean, do you just kind of feel like where the hell do we go from here? I mean,
No, I think it's hilarious. I just at this point I am it's almost the end of the year, and we've made it through year one, and I know this is going to end. It's going to end sooner than later. I know it. So I'm just sitting here and I'm going to do the best I can to keep folks informed like we do and be here for the ride and try not to get myself too battered up about it. And that's it. We're just going to deliver the news like we do and try to give people the straight information like we do. And that's what we're going to do. That's just what we're going to do, and hopefully make folks laugh a little bit while we're doing it. That's what I want to do.
I mean, I think that's kind of a tall order, honestly.
I think that's exactly what we do.
Maybe I don't know. I mean, I like I just absolutely am. I think it's hard to not let the fear just completely rule.
Well,
Um,
I will tell you that during his first administration, I would wake up in tears. I would wake up nauseous. There were many days that I felt like I just could not function. And for whatever reason, because I went through the first unknown, what is he going to do next? I seem to be coping better with it this time because I at least have a base from which to work. And he's cracking under pressure. It's just so obvious. And the games are so obvious. And even his supporters are seeing that things are so. I mean, the diehards are never going to let go. But now the diehards, the only thing they have are but Biden. And that's all they have. They don't have anything to stand on. And when you have nothing else to stand on, you have lost. That's it. You've lost.
well,
But
I mean, in theory, I agree with that.
mhm,
I think, as someone who owns a business, um, I mean, honestly, I don't know how much more we can take,
yeah, that's
um,
true.
and hang in there. So I think in some ways it's scarier for me.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
that's true. That's true.
you know, um, I this has impacted me. I mean, I feel like my husband and I are kind of canaries in the coal mine
Yeah,
because we were some of the first casualties financially speaking, and I think it's just going to get so much worse. And I don't know, how you move forward. I mean, honestly, I don't know.
I don't think he can afford. Well, because a lot of his supporters are folks who are at the end of their rope. I think he can't afford to keep fucking around to find out because those are the folks who did support him. I mean, people were actually calling for him to step aside last night after the speech. So it's going to be, that's why I think it's going to be over sooner than later.
Yeah, I mean,
I think people are coming to their senses, and I think his shelf life and popularity is really starting to hit the wall, and I think it's going to be over a lot sooner than later.
well, I hope you're right.
Mhm.
I
I definitely think I am. I mean,
the
it's not.
the the problem that I see is that, like the an economy
Mhm,
of a country, especially one the size of the US,
mhm,
is a lot like a ship. You know, a small motorboat, you can turn around in circles. You can turn on a dime,
mhm.
but you cannot do that with a ship. It takes time and it takes precision, and if you don't do it right, you end up capsized. So I have some pretty serious concerns
I
when it
understand
comes
that.
to, like, even
Mhm.
if all of them left office this minute, like right
Right.
now, I
Mhm,
don't know that you could turn things around quick enough
mhm.
to prevent the majority of what is going to be coming down the pike for most Americans. Just healthcare.
Healthcare is the
The,
big one for sure.
it, well, and not only that, but I mean, there's a global impact here
Mhm,
of I mean, how many, tens of thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of people are going to die as a result of, um, Musk's meddling in things, and the destruction of USAID. I mean, I just feel like the ramifications of everything are going to be so much broader than what the average person. I mean, like, you and I know this, right?
mhm.
And the majority of people that we have serious and intimate relationships with, they
Mhm.
all understand the impacts of this.
Oh,
but
yeah.
but I think the average person on the street, they don't have a clue. They don't have a clue what's coming. They don't, I mean, like, even if they're like, well, he just needs to go, he needs to step down. Sure. Sure. Great. Yeah.
But then what's next?
Well, but the thing is that, even if, let's just say, okay, we can make up shit and say anything we want. Let's just say that, things go so far south that, we bring back, a former president, pick your favorite economic president,
Mhm.
to step in and try to right the ship. Like, it's literally going to take years. It is literally going to take years for them to be able to undo the damage, because they have destroyed institutions that took decades to build. Decades.
G-Star, you sound a lot like me.
Well, I mean, it's absolutely, it's true. And I I don't think that the average person has a good grasp of what the level of destruction that has been wrought
Mhm.
upon our systems, our government. I mean, like all of it. And I don't know. I don't know how you communicate that to folks. Like,
Yep.
because they're not getting it. They're just now starting to go, oh, hey, this maybe isn't so good.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't think that they grasp how um, how really not good it is. You know what I mean?
I do indeed.
So, I mean,
Which is why I have always said to you, I never underestimate the stupidity of a great portion of the American people.
well, I don't even know that you can really call it stupidity. More along the lines of um, lack of education, um, and also being Uh, I want to know when the American people became so gullible, because I really don't. I really don't um, remember that, like growing up or whatever. I mean, people always were like skeptical, and like all of a sudden they now will what believe anything that people tell them. I mean,
I read it online. It must be true.
well, and I mean, in that, to be fair, that is absolutely a. I think that the one thing that has certainly changed is, you know, is the fact that a good percentage of people spend way more time online than ever before, and so I do think that that is a factor. But I honestly, I don't remember the American public being so unskeptical about things. I mean, am I just misremembering things, or I mean, sure, there's always been a percentage of people that were, more likely to believe some kind of cracked up conspiracy theory, but I don't remember. I mean, the people I was around when I was growing up, if the government said something, they were always kind of like, well, I don't. We'll wait and see. I don't know that I believe that. You know what I mean? Like they were far more skeptical of what was being tossed out there. And what I see today is, I mean, there's still that energy,
Hmm.
but like, I mean, I have moved into a position where anything that this administration publishes, I mean, and they've done insane things, and like there's so little pushback. Like, did you see where he's like redone the hallway with all the presidents,
Oh,
and
yes.
and they've put up all these like horrible, snarky,
Hmm.
the snarky commentary
Yeah, because
under
he's a
every.
12-year-old boy.
Yeah, I mean,
Absolutely.
like where's the pushback on that? I don't know.
He just does whatever he wants because no one ever thought that anything like this would ever happen. So it just happens, and then we react after it because he does the most insane things. And
Right, but I
nobody,
don't see the pushback, I guess is what I'm saying. Like I don't see.
because nothing is surprising anymore. He's done such outrageous shit. This seems minor by comparison.
But is it? I mean, he tore down the fucking East Wing. Come on.
Oh,
Like,
I agree with you. I think it's insane. And I listen, I think his whole thing is insane. I think the fact that he got reelected is insane. I think
well,
the fact
yeah.
that he fucking got elected in the first place is insane. But everybody told me I was overreacting. So, I guess it's me. I must be wrong.
I don't
Or
think I told
not.
you you were overreacting.
No, not you. Not you. I'm talking about the people I work with, the people I deal with. The people I come in contact with. Oh, he'll never change he'll never change settled law. Oh, really? Really? Okay, sure he won't. Oh, Project 2025 isn't real. He's got nothing to do with that. Oh, really? Really? Uh-huh. He'll never change settled law. Really? Really? Okay, sure. I mean, everything that everyone told me to calm down about is happening. As far as my Republican friends, they're all like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's all talk." Really? It's all talk. But it's happening. And now the only answer they have is, well, Biden. Well, Biden. Biden didn't do this.
Oh, her emails. Let's
Oh,
not
her.
forget.
Oh, yeah. Oh, her. And yeah, my husband likes to say that. Oh, her. Oh, but her emails. Yeah. But no, people got bamboozled once again because he opens his mouth and he makes them feel like, oh, he cares about me. He doesn't fucking care about you. He wants to get in your pants
How,
like every
how
other
is how
fucking
is that
self.
anybody's takeaway? I mean, I just like that's like I don't know.
Well, people who feel ignored want attention. I understand that. But if you can't recognize a pack of lies when you're hearing it, I don't know. You have no discernment. And a lot of people have. no discernment. That's all I can tell you. It's the only thing there is. So
Okay.
people got bamboozled, and we tried to tell them again, and they didn't listen again. And maggots are going to be maggots. And, he's starting to lose it. And a lot of Republicans are now quietly admitting it. And we'll see what happens. We'll see. He can't last. He's not going to last. Physically, he's not going to last.
No, I think well, there's been a lot of that in the press too. That like I mean, clearly, like the whole MRI thing, like all of that, and it's like, okay, like none of this is normal. Although, I mean, I think we've stepped so far outside of normal in
Mm-hmm.
the last, you know, 11 months that I mean, I don't even know what I don't even know what this is anymore. But normal is not it.
No,
Um,
we have long passed normal.
yeah, I haven't seen anything happen that I would consider is normal in like I don't even know how long. And but it's wild to me that um, and I do think that there's a danger in becoming you know what's that Pink Floyd song? Comfortably Numb.
Mm,
Line from.
yeah.
I think that that's kind of a little bit where we are right now is that um, people are just numb and it's not good. Um, and I don't know. They just need to fucking wake up. But
Well, that's why we keep doing what we keep doing.
it's true. It's true.
Keep people keep people informed, keep them involved, and we're just doing the best we can. We're not going to solve it. There, you know what I mean? Like bigger
Oh
brains,
no,
bigger
no.
brains than mine need to solve this. But we're here to do our part to keep people informed and involved as much as we can, and I'm proud of that.
Well, I think it would be easier if I could just turn into like a dragon.
Well, on that note, I am going to say, let's call it for the day.
All right.
I love you. I'm going to wish you Merry Yule. Merry Yule to our listeners. You will hear from us much sooner than later. Sorry for the drop in conversations, but we're back now. And we will talk to y'all soon. Say
All right.
goodnight, Star.
Good night, Star.
All right, everybody. We'll see you again.